Welcome back, everybody. I'm PJ.
I'm Tommy.
You are listening to the Episodic Anime Podcast, and this week we are covering My Hero Academy. And I gotta say, this episode, it opened up in a wild way that I would have never guessed. You know, the way this episode opened up was wild because it opened up with Shigaraki shooting the cork bullet with his fingers and hitting Eraserhead. And then out of nowhere, Eraserhead's like, I refuse to go down like this. I know what I must do. He's like, thank you so much. I must do this. Grabs his knife, fully cuts off his leg. And I'm like, totally unexpected. Just chopped it clean off. No hesitation. A little grit and grind, but that just comes with cutting through bone. And then Deku tries to stop Shigaraki from getting to Eraserhead by throwing Black Whip. And he was just slightly late because Shigaraki grabs his face and does this weird thing with his fingers. Kind of causes his forehead to bleed, which causes him to blink. Which then Shigaraki is back up to full strength, and he's like, "Now I'm done with all you. First thing I'm gonna do is just erase everything." But then Todoroki shows up and stops that, along with Deku pulling him back with Black Whip and just hits him with an iceberg. And I'm like, man, where's Ida? And I was not paying attention to the fact that Todoroki was the third little dot following the other two back when Shigaraki was staring at him using a cork. Mm-hmm. And so then I was like, whoa, Shigaraki's joining the fight. But then it pans over to Group B real quick, which kind of, it showed Makima being an absolute destruction of everything, because the heroes can't stop him, the students can't stop him. He's on a massive rampage, destroying Japan, ripping through cities, trying just to get to his master. And the doctor's losing it. The doctor's like, my plan is complete. Everything's going to plan. I knew this was going to happen. Makima's back. Shigaraki's back. You're all done for. But the doctor's being arrested and going away. But at the same time, you kind of have to feel a little remorse for the Group B students, because they tried everything they could to try and stop them, and they're realizing that their efforts were like, what they did meant nothing, because even though they had him held for a second, you think the heroes showing up for backup would like mortify what they tried to do, but no, he slapped all the heroes. Like, there's nobody there to stop him anymore, so the students are just feeling regret. Like, they could have just done more in that situation to help him out. But then it pans back over to Group A, where Shoto is telling his dad to hold on to the ice. It'll cool him down, get him back into the fight quicker. Because at this point, Endeavor is 100% overheating and is very close to being taken out of the fight. When Shigaraki can't... And then it pans over to Shigaraki trying to just absolutely destroy everything again by... I forgot the name of his cork.
Decay.
Decay, using Decay, knocking everything back, when all of a sudden, from like his arm and chest rip open, and Shigaraki's like, oh no, my corks aren't working, I should be regenerating faster than this, what's going on? And then all of a sudden he goes, oh no, what month is it? Did I come out prematurely? Has it been 4 months? Having like this little moment when Deku does not hesitate to grab everybody plus Shigaraki, boost them into the air, and right there we see a new cork form where he uses the 7th user's cork called Float to hold everybody up. But then Deku's completely enraged, and with his emotions slightly out of check, he's realizing he can't hold everybody up. So he sets all the heroes down, and Bakugo's kind of yelling at him to get out of there because we can't have his powers getting taken. But Deku's focused in on only stopping Shigaraki and says that he's the only one who can keep Shigaraki up in the air to where he can't really use his effect. So Deku is fighting desperately to kind of stop Shigaraki, but he's also losing control and not paying attention and just absolutely destroying his body in the process. Which Bakugo, we see a flashback of Bakugo talking to All Might, where Bakugo's kind of feeling a little remorse. Like, he feels bad for, like, bullying him back in the day and all the weight that's being set on his shoulders, which then All Might finally tells us why he sees Endeavor inside of Bakugo, and that's because they're both changing and they want to do better than what they were by the two heroes, which in Endeavor's case, it was All Might, and now with Bakugo, it's All Might's successor, Deku. So then Bakugo comes out with this insane plan to get Endeavor back into the fight, which he tells Endeavor to hold on to him. He's going to use his quirk to boost him up in the air. He tells Shoto to hold Endeavor, cool him down. That way Endeavor can use his absolute biggest form, Jet Burst, to just obliterate Shigaraki. So then they end up throwing him. He wraps around him. It's the first time we've ever actually heard Shigaraki just scream in absolute pain as he's being burnt. But then All For One is calling to Shigaraki to help, which then Shigaraki lets him in. He gets off of Endeavor because he attacks Endeavor from behind with this really cool quirk. But then he turns to Deku and he goes, "Brother," and then attacks him. But Bakugo, zero hesitation. His body moved on his own, shoves him out of the way, gets impaled, and that's how this episode ended. But guys, this is the part where we are going to skip to our predictions if you are listening to us on YouTube. But if you're listening to us on Spotify, we are now going to talk about the Raw.
All right, welcome. We're in predictions. Okay, I guess I'm taking the lead. Okay, I think Azaiwa's going to get a cool leg later, like in the Down the Line series. I think what we're about to watch is Deku break some more limbs. So I did complete a few predictions. I said he's going to break his limbs, and by Jove, the man's done it. He has yet to use his legs, though, so I'm kind of angry about that. Like I said earlier in the Raw, I think Deku has access to all the quirks that are inside of him from the other 7 users. It's just the show has been keeping it a secret from everyone, including us. So I think we're probably going to see another quirk next episode, especially since he just watched Bakugo get impaled, and he likes Bakugo. So I think we're about to watch Deku go berserk and do some cool things. I also think Todoroki, Shoto's going to do some stuff. I don't know what Endeavor's going to do because he also got impaled. We have been kind of ignoring that. But personally, I don't think we care. Endeavor's whatever. But I feel like Endeavor will be fine. I feel like Bakugo will be fine. Right now, All For One is inside of Shigi's body. I think it's up to Deku mainly. And I have a feeling Shoto's going to try and jump in and help, because that's all that's left. There's a lot of people on the floor right now, and the only 2 that are here are Deku and Shoto. So I think those 2 are going to jump into the fight. As for the other guys, like Group B and everything, I think they're done for now. I don't think we're going to be going back to them unless it's just for like them talking and doing filler. We're not going to get any action scenes, is what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I think that's done. And besides Deku and Shoto fighting Shigaraki /1 All For One, besides that fight, I think the timer is ticking for Giant Machina and the rest of the League of Villains to pull up and decide to fight this battle. Because I think once Giant Machina and the rest of the League of Villains show up with Shoto and Deku standing there, I think Shoto and Deku are screwed. I think, look, Deku's strong, but he is fighting the embodiment of evil. And with more people just show up and distract him, I don't know how he's going to handle it without revealing more quirks or doing something outrageous and unperceivable.
Okay. I'm going to take this in a completely different direction.
That whale guy dies.
No. That was just
okay.
a crazy prediction, but he did get knocked out. I think Group B students are going to quit feeling sorry for themselves. And they're going to, it's going to be a long shot, but they're going to try and find a way to put themselves back in the action.
Are they going to chase after Giant
I
Makima?
feel like they're going to try and go after Makima. But at the same time, with Shigaraki not being fully complete, I feel like Deku and Shoto are going to mess him up. And when the reinforcements get there, they're going to get him and get out of there. But yeah, I feel like Shigaraki is just going to be way too damaged for them to risk being there. Because everybody's main goal is to kill Shigaraki. So I feel like Makima's just going to come in, they're going to grab Shigaraki, and they're going to retreat until Shigaraki is fully healed and his quirk is ready to go.
Okay. I like that. I like that idea. I do like the idea of Group B chasing down Makina. I would love to see that happen. I'm actually in on that prediction. I like that idea a lot. Who's to say if it happens? I guess we'll have to watch the next episode. Similarly, when Makina gets there, you are correct. Shigaraki took high amount of damage, especially after being burnt to a crisp. And with his healing factor taking longer than it should, he's going to be pretty damaged right now, which is why All for One took over. And I bet you are right. I bet you Shoto and I bet you Deku are going to 1-2 punch this guy. However, when Giant Makina shows up, and you're saying they're just going to grab him and leave, I don't think it's going to be that cut dry because they don't have Portal Guy. They can't just go, see you later, and leave. They have to literally leave. And there is a 0% chance that Deku, Shoto, Endeavor, Bakugo, everyone there isn't going to let those guys leave without being chased after all the death they've done in the past hour of their time in the show. So I have a feeling that someone's going to take in and fight and defend themselves, or at least do a distraction run. And that's either going to be Giant Makina itself, to where the League of Villains gets Shigaraki and they run, or I have a feeling Dabi might step up to the reins because he's the only one with the quirk big enough to handle a group of people. I don't think Toga can do it. I don't think Capsule Guy can do it. There's not a lot of League of Villains guys that can handle a group of people, especially the number one hero, Deku, Shoto, and Bakugo. I don't know how many League of Villains people can do that except for Dabi and Giant Makina. This is going to be it for today's episode. Hopefully, you guys will join us in the next episode. And if you enjoyed this episode, if you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. And if you're on Spotify, please give us that 5-star rating. We do other side segments over on Spotify as well. So if you want to check those out, head over to Spotify. Link is down in the description, along with our personal channels if you want to see what we do and what we're up to. If not, thank you for watching this episode. Hopefully, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye.